But yeah, we probably should put a sky changer somewhere in here for the time being. Okay, that's it. It's a shame. I think only in this game you cannot change the sky manually with the sky changer. You just have to cycle through all of the available skies, which is really weird. And also, it takes a while to load up each one. I don't think that's the case for the other games.
My beloved Calypso.
Alright. Here we go, by the way. Here is the retro video game sky. Whoops. Wrong button. Alright, check this out. You got a whole bunch of retro 8-bit stuff going on. You got a city over there. You got a whole bunch of trees. You got a lake over there. And yeah, some pixelated clouds and mountains in the background. Honestly, I think this is really cool. It's honestly one of my favorite sky domes in this game. We should probably set all of the terrain to a retro video game level, for now at least. I might change it later. And I might even like vary up the terrain for different areas. But we'll see. But yeah, look at that, the water's different for the treasure grotto. Although the treasure itself looks exactly the same, unfortunately. It's not pixelated at all. Which would make sense because, you know, coins are a big part of retro gaming with stuff like Super Mario Brothers and such. But, yeah, I do really like the sides of these caves and stuff with the 8-bit texture. It looks really cool. Alright. Back to figuring out what to do with all this, or figuring out more to do with the terrain. Whoops. I was trying to see if I could change the direction. Keep on doing that. It's probably me confusing the button inputs, or like the face buttons with the ones on the Wii U, because I played that version for so long. That's probably what it is. Because this just does not look right. No, that does look right. Yeah, that's totally what it is. Okay. We should all have an upside down infinity logo from this. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. Cool. Alright, looking pretty good so far. Now what am I going to do with the rest of the canyon? That's the only question. Did I skip the... I did. I skipped the canyon stuff. Bend, split, divide. There's gotta be a way we can like cover this up with something maybe. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's the same size as the treasure grotto. Okay. Interesting. I forgot about that. Although it probably still doesn't look right if, does it? Somewhat? That might somewhat work. It's too tall for the normal caves, though. Yeah, look at that. You can fit it right through. Ooh. Oh, it'd be uneven, though. Like, seeing this? Ooh. Let's see. Okay, how would that look? Well, the river bend over here, and then like maybe the gazebo will be somewhere right here. And the river will go through here. Huh. That might actually be interesting. Yeah, look at, well, actually, because, okay, I forgot that's where it actually, and, well, we could probably change this, maybe. Oh, that just does not look right on that end. It doesn't look right on any end, honestly. That looks alright, though. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. That might do something. Hmm.
Only a fool would try.
By the way, I leveled up. Alright, have the river go on down here, and then have a floating waterfall over here, which leads to nowhere. Could that work, maybe? Yeah, possibly. Although, how would that, look for the canyon, you know? To have a normal canyon gully going this way. Okay, I guess that works. Ooh, maybe. Got the... Oh, that doesn't really work. Because are there cliff corners? I thought there were. That doesn't really work. Okay, never mind. Maybe there isn't. I thought there were. Well, there's this. Well, that can't place. You can place this, though, but I don't know what good that is. And that might just be our only option, actually, which isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Let's see, how would the gazebo... Whoops. I forgot that set pieces is right before terrain. Right. Actually, this might work. If I have the gazebo right here, I really like it right here, you know? Although right here isn't that bad either, is it? No, not really. If I'm able to put land below this, then it might actually do something cool. Maybe. I'm looking at this over here. Now, how would this, like... You can't really... No, you can't. Okay. Not even with a narrow one? Which I don't even know where you could find that. This one right here. Actually, this works. Never mind. Wow, I did not expect that to work. Dang. That's really cool, actually. Now, is there a super short wall? I thought there was. Like a short canyon wall. I think there is, right? Maybe that wasn't added until a later... Oh, by the way, we got this. That's pretty cool. Got this again. Oh, I got this. Oh my. A large cliff ledge? Can you? Well, I mean, you can. That doesn't look terrible. Cliff ledge. Alright. Yeah, that kinda works, I guess. Just gotta figure out what to do for the other side. Should we just have the same thing? The cliff ledges. Like that. With some terrain on the side, you know? Okay, that doesn't fit anywhere. I actually kind of like the look of this, holy crap. And this actually works. I really wish there was like a river split so you could have multiple different paths or something. So I think for now I might just have to have the river maybe circle around. Oh, no, that won't work because it'll go right through the cave. Okay, never mind. Maybe this won't work. This is a shame because I really like the progress going on that. Ugh. I really like that river. But I don't think we'll be able to do it for now, maybe? Question mark. What if we... I don't know if I want to have a river go through this. Although that would be cool, but at the same time, there's no, like... Or maybe just have it go through... No. So I want to have the river be part of the river gazebo. That would be the spawn point. I want to have that no matter what. Ugh. I don't know what to do here. My God. I might just have to have this canyon end right here. For now, at least. Until I figure out what to do with it. Okay. So we got over here. We gotta put something right here. Probably just more terrain, right? I would assume. Yeah, probably. With some... Okay. Well, the long terrain block might do it. Yeah, well... Yeah. Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah, flipping it does work. And then another flat terrain block. Yeah, alright. Look at that. Oh man, the logos almost line up there. Okay. So we got that for now. Putting 4 of these might actually work a little better for a floating island. We put it like over here or something. Just have 4 of these. And then boom. We got ourselves a floating island that we can put something on. I like it. We can put 3 of these around here. Not right there, but you get what I mean. Or maybe have these cliff walls wrap around. By the way, if you're wondering, I don't think I ever really put this much thought into the terrain before. Usually I would just slap a couple terrain blocks down and call it a day. But now I'm actually, this is the first time I actually remember, or from what I remember, actually putting this much thought into the actual toy box. Like, landscape. You know? Like, look at that. That looks really cool. And maybe I should, like, loop all the way around this. And just have a top and a bottom area that we could do stuff with. That might actually work. Yeah, I'm starting to like the sound of that. Sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm really, really focusing on this world. This is the part, probably the part of the series I've been looking forward to the most, and yet it's the part where I talk the least. Oh, that looks good! Oh my god! That looks really good. Having the canyon wall wrap all the way around. But that only means that I have to fill the rest of this outer area with terrain. But at the same time, I do really like the idea of terrain wrapping around to really give it some scale, you know? Even after... Okay, it's not going to get any lower than this, don't worry. Because I can't really make it any... Put the terrain any lower than this. Or else it'll pretty much reach... What the... Oh, okay. Yeah, because I already put stuff there. Gotcha. Oh, only problem. Yeah, this could work though. Alright, let's see how it looks now. Oh my god, look at that! Wow. Actually, never mind, that won't work. Because there isn't like an opening you could do with these canyon walls. No, there isn't. Dang! I want to do something cool. Like be able to go through, but I guess you can't. And the only way you could really enter this area is by entering the Cave of Wonders. That's the only way you could really find your way up there. And even then, it's actually pretty difficult now that I look at it. There's not really a way to go up there unless you do something like, I don't know, put some stairs or something. Something stupid. But at least now, I get to do something cool with like a river or something also. Again, probably need to cover this up with something. Definitely something. Like, not the untexturable tower for it. The stone circle works. In fact, a lot of things work. The Matterhorn. Not Carl Fredricksen's house. Not the Monument of Heroes. Not the Founder's Fountain. The Arch Fort, that's something. Not Edna's costume shop. Training facility does, though. In fact, it is the exact size of I believe, is this the small terrain block? Yeah, it's the exact size of a small terrain block. Isn't that funny? Will a track piece go through it? No, it doesn't. Okay, so we can't cover it up with just the racetrack that I want to build later on. Well, you know what I could do? Ooh, okay. Maybe we could have, like, the river gazebo be over here. Right? Right. Or maybe not. Oh, I don't know. Because, like, because I don't want it to get in the way of the cave over here. Maybe with this? Maybe this is where I can put the river gazebo. Yeah, that works. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. And then... It's not floating, is it? No, it's not. Okay. And with... We could probably have like a canyon corner, right? Well, not this. Like an outer corner. Like this, an outer curve. Yeah, that works. That works. Just gotta do something funky with the canyon walls. Like that. Perfect. Okay, this seems to all be coming together. And then with this canyon curve, I probably won't be able to do much else. Maybe put a... Oh! Dang, can't put a canyon curve right here. How does the narrow one look, though? 'Cause Uh, let me see. It doesn't. That looks kind of weird, but it might be the best we'll be able to do with it. I'll have to see what happens if you remove it completely. Does it look even more awkward? Kind of. It kind of looks awkward. I still really like the gazebo being here, though. Of course, we gotta do it on the other side. Oh, the top looks weird, not having any sort of... Oh, wait a minute! Oh my god. Maybe we don't need this. Maybe we can actually make it look natural. Watch this! Get all this out of here. I'm about to do something cool. Boom. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna have to put 2 of these there, but... Which, yeah, those look very awkward, kind of. Other than that, that looks great. Oh my god, it looks so much better than before. Except, it's not super even. But, with the help of these, it might, well... Alright, that actually kind of... Yeah, that works. But that still does not fit over here. What the heck? It doesn't fit over here, does it? No, it doesn't. I have a large... Okay, why would you want that? Oh, wait. Does this work even better? Oh my god. It does scratch what I said before about the small canyon outer curve. A medium one works miles better. Oh my god. I'm just learning so much about these freaking canyon walls. Look at that. It looks even better. Oh my god. It looks so good. Kind of. The ledge. Yeah, that doesn't really work. I know it's because that's something completely unrelated, and that this is something that is related. Get a load of this. Looking good. Okay. And that falls right in, baby. Look at that. It's a little awkward, but like, doesn't this just look cool? Wow. It's really coming together, isn't it? Alright, now I gotta put a river in there somehow. Or should I have... No, because of the cave. I can't have it going all the way through. Well, how would the medium waterfall work? How could I connect that to things, you know? I don't know if I can I? Well, I might be able to. Because it's got really funky terrain, while the waterfall doesn't. lake. I mean, there could just be a lake right here, you know? That could work. Uh, I don't know. Or should there be like a waterfall coming down like here or something? Oh, this could look so cool. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it won't now that I look at it. It's got a... Oh. Oh. I see. Yeah, it would still have really funky looking terrain. Maybe? Maybe? I could do something really weird with this. It might change how the canyon wall looks, perhaps. Or should I just have a lake? Oh. No. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to see how this looks. Have the river right here. And then the river bends. Oh, what the? Wait. Oh, God, no. This... No, the river gazebo is centered, but you might not be able to, like, you know, curve into that because of that. Because of the fact that the gazebo is centered, it can't really... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, you can't really... Oh. You can't really put two on the side? No, you can't. Oh, that's really awkward. That's really weird. This might be our best bet. Now I gotta redo this whole part. That's probably why they added an undo button in Disney Infinity 2.0 edition. They actually did. No joke. Now I can see why, because a lot of the stuff of figuring out how stuff can work is just a bunch of trial and error, and you're probably going to need an undo button pretty often. Long, tiny terrain block. That's perfect. Wow. Well, okay. Well, that doesn't work. That definitely doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Even though the terrain doesn't look great, we got something going here. Ow. Sorry, that was my shoulder. Alright. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay. Got plenty of space to put whatever. Alright, it's really coming together here. Oh, how would this work though? If I wanted to have like something like this where you could climb up very easily. Oh, that's too small. Rocky terrain block? Oh my god. What is this? This is a mess. No. No. Small rocky. Hanging rope cliff, that's too small. Wide floating cliff. Should probably have this, like, over here. Small floating cliff. Okay, this works a little better, actually. Maybe put these at the edges of the world. Unless we want to expand upon it. That's probably why we should save those for later, because there's always a chance we could expand to make this world even bigger than it already is. You know? It is already friggin' massive. Dear God. Alright, now we could probably move the Disney Infinity Hub to the gazebo. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. Now, are we able to fit the Sky Changer in there somewhere or something? That would be cool. To just kind of have as a secondary thing at the gazebo. Yes, we can. We could put it right here. Or really anything else, like a enemy creator or a capsule creator, you know? We could put that there. Pretty convenient spot. Or right here within the flowers. Hey, that's something. You know? Can't put a slingshot there. That's too dangerous. Could put a boulder there, though. I don't even know why boulder is a thing. Got the spare tire. Can you even do anything with it? Is it a normal character? I know you can tow it with a car. Oh, no, there isn't. Okay. It's got physics, though. You can mess around with it and stuff. Wow. Cool. It's a pretty big tire as well. You could even fit inside it. There it goes. Oh shoot, it's rolling! Wow. It's rolling like nobody's business. This is going. We gotta watch this through the editor. This is... Come on, keep going. Keep going. Make it off the edge. Come on. You can do it, Mr. Tire. I believe in you. I believe in you! Maybe we could watch while we do other things. Action toys? We could make a platforming challenge somewhere. That would be weird, but hey, it's something. Vehicles? Well, we gotta have vehicles eventually. Oh my god, it's still going. I think it's actually going faster than it did before, even though that's not how gravity works. Oh my god. It's gonna make it! Go! Oh, it stopped. Well, that was entertaining. Oh my god. Reminds me, recently I found out about how apparently I think in Japan, once you hear what I have to talk about, you're probably going to be like, oh, of course, Japan would do something like that. I think over there, tire rolling is like a serious sport. At least I've seen videos on it. It's pretty interesting. That's what that reminded me of. Maybe that's something you could do in this game, you know? Make a giant slope course and have tires go down it, you know? That would be cool. I mean, this game did get released in Japan, actually. By the way, I don't think I ever mentioned, Disney Infinity got a Japanese release. Published by Bandai Namco, of all companies. Yeah, can you believe that? I sure didn't when I first heard about it. The only thing about the gazebo is that it doesn't really give us room for the... Well, maybe it does still give us room for the centerpiece, you know? But it'll still be a little uneven. That's the only thing. Well, can have a hill. Or actually, what if we had a hill? No, we can't do that. Dang it. We could just have a random hill somewhere. Maybe we could have one on the, this island over here. Maybe? Perhaps? No. It's too big. Or the actual part, the land itself is too small. You're going to need a lot of room if you want a slope. And then maybe have something lying on it. Yeah, we have room over here at least. So that's cool. Looks pretty good, actually. We gotta have something laying on it. That reminds me. We gotta have the sword in the stone. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, there is actually a cool little Easter egg with the sword and stone that requires a specific kind of character. Now, I forgot which part is exactly the front of the sword and the stone. I don't know if it really matters, actually. The Haunted Mansion's big enough to cover up the cave. Or the... Actually, no, it isn't. Never mind. We're gonna have the Matterhorn somewhere. Carl Fredrickson's house? Oh, man, this is why I wish we had a waterfall. So it could be right, you know, be right next to a waterfall. Kind of like how it was next to Paradise Falls in the movie Up. Dang. We could have it in the air, though, just for the heck of it, you know? Over here somewhere, maybe. Or no, its shadow will be on the terrain. I don't know how good that'll look. How about over here? There we go. Perfect. It's especially funny in Disney Infinity 3.0 edition in particular, because that introduced paths to where you can have toys actually travel on a path. And it looks really funny with Carl Fredrickson's house going down a path, you know, to have it float in the air and travel like it does in the movie. We're gonna have the Monument of Heroes somewhere. Maybe that could be what lies on the hill, is a hero statue. Yeah. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Or how big is the Monument of Heroes, actually? It's probably too big. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Move aside, Monument of Heroes. Or, wait. I'm confused. Which one is the... Oh, shoot, that kind of works. You got Monument of Heroes. Wait a minute. Monument of Heroes. There are two toys called the Monument of Heroes? Wait a minute. How'd they mess that up? Whatever. Oh, that works beautifully. Look at that. We got the Monument of Heroes on a hill. The hologram statue of Buzz Lightyear. Alright. Yeah, there's Carl Fredrickson's house over there. Man, I just wish we were able to do something cool with the waterfall, or with a waterfall. But oh well, maybe we'll be able to later. But this is already starting to come together, I must say. Yo, where's the horse? I just realized. Kind of lost it, seems. Which, according to the pause menu, if you lose your horse or vehicle or whatever, you can remove it from the base and put it back on. And there we go. We got our horse again. Take a look around here. Because I think we got a good basis for a good Toy Box world. What do you guys think? I probably need to think of more ways to actually go up other than just with the cave, just for convenience sake. But other than that, I think it looks great. Yeah. It's probably a good way to get that one feat that I've been looking for. The, what's it called? The broken in feat. To travel 100 kilometers with a horse. This is probably a good way to get it. Because we get to look through this whole cave area. Which I forgot I did not finish. Whoops. I need to get to that sometime soon. Well, we found the gold. That's a good sign. Alright. Got the whole canyon. I don't know. I think Davy Jones goes pretty well with the Headless Horseman's horse. I don't know about you, but I think it looks good. I should probably go ahead and look at the math and okay, I gotta put something here. I gotta put something at that end of that canyon. There it is! We got opera there. However, if you, I believe, have a character, if a certain kind of, like I said, a certain kind of character, you can do something special with it. You might know what, you probably already know what it is, but it's really cool. All I need to do, oh shoot! We're halfway through Broken In. Okay. Alright. Well, at least we'll know, or at least we know our progression with that feat now, and that we're halfway done with it. That's good. I was wondering how far I've gotten into that, but apparently pretty far, so that's cool. Alright, what could we put there? Maybe like a little hideout or something. A pool. Put a swimming pool there. What about set pieces? You could definitely fit Cinderella's castle in there. Clock tower. That'd be weird. Founder's Fountain. We could put the Incredibles Monument of Heroes in here. I don't know why you would, but it's there. Aw, dang. You can't fit Carl Fredrickson's house in here. It looks like it could fit, though. That's the weird thing. Cave of Wonders fits, though. Interesting. Okay, nothing super notable in terms of set pieces fits there. Got all the decorations from the Toy Story and Space playset and the Cars playset. So many. Probably going to utilize some of these with our racetrack. The Gargoyles from the Monsters University playset. Nice, nice. The statues in the Incredibles playset. We gotta build a city. We gotta. Got the tiki totems and monuments. Okay, nothing really in the decorations. Probably nothing for the Creativa toys. Ugh, or sports toys, although for the Creativa toys, there are teleporters. We could probably use that to our advantage to do something cool. Maybe we could have like a sports stadium. Ooh, that could be cool. Or maybe we could save that for if we have a separate city, because I'm still not sure if the city... Because I really want to do a city. What the heck? That was weird. My controller was flashing. It's flashing lights at me. Weird. Anyways. Okay, nothing for the sports toys. I remember in a previous Toy Box World, this, like a canyon is... The canyon ends is where I put the capsule creator and enemy creator. I don't know if I want to do that for this. I'm curious if any of the buildings are actually small enough to fit in here. Oh my god, the Saddler is. It is small enough to fit in here. That's crazy. Not the jail, though. Or the general store. Or the bank. What about the Incredibles buildings? No. Only the Colby Sadler. I don't know why I would put that down there, though. Yeah, there's not really anything I could think of to put down here, at least for now. Might think of something later. But for now, I think it's time we should save. GM909 World. Such a goofy name. Also, yeah, I learned this the hard way, to not really use autosaves that often, because if you forget to, like, save it or whatever and start a new world, that old world will be gone. It's happened to me multiple times where I made a bunch of, like, magnum opus worlds that I would spend so much time on, only for me to not know how to save and have them be gone forever. It's really sad. And I don't have enough memory to really remember how some of them were even formatted. I think some of them had like, one of them had like 3 racetracks. It was crazy. Which, yeah, you can have multiple racetracks on Toy Box, by the way.